Good afternoon, we are back. This is Philip S. Greenwalt with Emerging Civil War on location at Shiloh Battlefield, part of Shiloh National Military Park today. And you are looking at the memorial upturned artillery piece where Confederate General Albert Sidney Johnston was mortally wounded. He was actually mortally wounded about 50 yards southeast down in a ravine as his men attacked the Hornet's Nest. And as I do a panoramic view, Albert Sidney Johnston would be the highest ranking Confederate general of the fall during the 4 years of war. He was the second highest ranking Confederate general, as I mentioned earlier. He was only behind Samuel Cooper, the adjutant general. Behind him, of course, Robert E. Lee, Joseph E. Johnston, and Pierre Gustave Toutant Beauregard, who was his second in command, were the generals as confirmed by the Confederate government. Albert Sidney Johnston was considered one of the greatest or best military leaders at the time of secession. When he eventually made it east from his posting in California, he was considered a military genius and one that would serve admirably for the Confederacy. He was sent out here to the west, which was almost an impossible task with limited manpower. He had to guard almost from the Appalachians to the Mississippi River. Although by the time of Shiloh, his star had fallen a little bit with the defeats at Fort Henry and Donelson, Mill Creek on the other side of this defensive line. He will be shot here in the mid-afternoon of April 6, 1862. He will be shot in the back of the leg, which will at first be unrecognized. What they don't realize as well is that it has hit an artery. He is bleeding profusely into his boot. As you can see here with the quote from his volunteer aide-de-camp, Colonel William Preston, "I searched but found no visible wound upon his body. He expired without pain a few moments after, and about 15 minutes after he received his mortal wound." But for the Confederacy, their high tide would be shortly thereafter. Johnston's falling here. They would try to live out his war cry, "To conquer or perish," was his what he had said that morning. So we must conquer or perish. Unfortunately, the Confederates would not be able to completely annihilate the Union Army here. They would stall in front of the Confederate last line, which we'll end our virtual or videos today with. But this is the spot, as we look one more time at where General Albert Sidney Johnston, mortally wounded, April 6, 1862, here at Shiloh Battlefield, Shiloh National Military Park. Johnston, one last interesting thing, he had graduated 8th out of 41 cadets in 1826, but actually had studied at Transylvania University, where he met one Jefferson Davis. All right, with that interesting fact, I will end. Thank you for joining me on my first visit here to Shiloh National Military Park.